Lads, it's Spurs, 3 words that tell us so much more. Sir Alex Ferguson delivered them in an infamous team talk and, together with the Spursy phrase, they have come to define the North London club over the past 2 decades. The old foes do battle again on Thursday night, with United seeking to cement their top 4 ambitions at the expense of Tottenham. It's another critical match in a season of so many for Erik ten Hag and co, while Spurs come into the contest under the caretaker management of Ryan Mason after a wretched week. Fergie would be having a field day. There seems some conjecture about when his fabled words were actually uttered. The consensus seemed to be at halftime of a 5-3 victory at White Hart Lane in 2001, when United came from 3 down at the break to overwhelm their hosts. More of that in a minute. But Roy Keane cast doubt on that timeline when discussing the motivational tactic of his former manager. Speaking in 2014, the United great said Fergie had used it ahead of a Spurs home game. "I thought I knew what the group might need, that we didn't need a big team talk," said Keane. "It was Tottenham at home. I thought, please don't go on about Tottenham. We all know what Tottenham is about. They are nice and tidy, but well G to them." He came in and said, "Lads, it's Tottenham," and that was it. Brilliant. United's record against Spurs under Ferguson was almost formidable. Across 42 Premier League meetings, he tasted defeat just 4 times. It was perhaps no surprise there was something of a complex within the ranks of the North London club. The September 2001 meeting perhaps sums it up better than any. Spurs flew out of the blocks and were 3 up at halftime and cruising. Andy Cole was in the United side and revealed the halftime conversations, or lack of, in the visiting dressing room. "We came in at halftime and I remember the manager not saying a word for 15 minutes, he said. Then, once the bell went, he said, 'Okay, you'd better go out there and win the game.' We did that and it's one of my favorite games." Ferguson elaborated a touch more in his autobiography, placing an emphasis on scoring the next goal to put doubt into Tottenham minds. As they traipsed into the dressing room, 3 goals down, the players were braced for a rollicking, said Ferguson in his book. "Instead I sat down and said, 'Right, I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to score the first goal in this second half and see where it takes us. We get at them right away, and we get the first goal.'" Teddy Sheringham, former United striker, was the Tottenham captain and, as the teams emerged back into the corridor, I saw Teddy stop and say, "Now, don't let them get an early goal." We scored in the first minute. Cole got the ball rolling and United were rampant in the second period. David Beckham created the first 2, with Laurent Blanc scoring the second. Ruud van Nistelrooy and Juan Sebastian Veron had United in command and Beckham himself put the gloss on the scoreline with a stunning 5th to cap a dazzling comeback. The contest perhaps summed up the respective mentalities. United were a winning machine and Spurs too often flattered to deceive. Even if in recent times the two have competed more as equals, under Erik ten Hag United are back in the winner's enclosure while Spurs are trophy-less since 2008, managerless and rudderless. It's hard to imagine Ten Hag delivering a withering assessment of his opposition in the manner of Ferguson, but those words have more than a ring of truth to them in a week where Spurs were thumped 6-1 at Newcastle. reimbursed their travelling fans and sacked a second manager of the season. Lads. It's Spurs.